3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics Live. It's Storytime Live. Today is Tuesday. Was that July 21st? The year is going by unbelievably fast. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you're all doing well. Looks like Ash on Comics was first. I cheated. It's actually Melissa. She says, you win this time, my friend. Tahilam's here. Good to see you, Tahilam. Nalo, always a pleasure to see you, buddy. We haven't talked in a long time, Nalo, man. We need to talk. Like, I have good conversations with comics about Nalo. And it kind of helps that politically we're not too far unaligned either. Let's see. Dragon Majesty, always good to see you, buddy. Who else? Computer Robots. Yeah. Dragon Majesty says, I always imagine Ash is breakdancing when the music starts. Oh, yeah, that's Computer Robots throwing down the tunes there. And Eric Breen is in the house. Sounds like Pac-Man trapped in a disco. I don't think you've been to a disco in a long time, Eric. But anyways, good to see you guys. Usually there's a little bit more chat going on. We reach this point in time. But that's the way that it is. Tuesday nights, kind of a slow night. See how many how many people I can lose before the stream has no views. The good news is my subscriber count is going up. The bad news is the stream count on this is going down. So I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong. I don't get any feedback really. So if there's anything you want to tell me, by all means, I'm open ears. I don't have an ego that I'm some great superstar that you're gonna hurt my feelings. But anyways, or maybe there's probably some streams going on. That could be it too. I noticed that as well. There was some other people doing streams. What's going on in the world of Twitter? This is always an exciting topic. I don't know. Brian Michael Bendis says, power is out in Portland. Doesn't feel suspicious at all. Dude. There's like mass rioting going on for 2 months. What the fuck is this tweet? Let's see all the comic yahoos joining in. Oof, really worried for all my friends up there, says Jody Hauser. Oh man, this is where all the comics people live, is in Portland, by the way. Is there any wonder that the comics industry is so freaking wacko? Like 90% of them are in Portland. Okay, maybe not that much, but there's a lot. Oh, here's Brett Booth. Constantly doing cool shit on Twitter like a real comic pro. Throwing up his sketches. I keep trying to promote him to get DC to do a Wildcats book and have him be on it. Like, it just seems like a match made in heaven. I mean, if Jim Lee's not going to come back and do Wildcats himself, Brett Booth would be the second best thing. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Jim Lee, you are the publisher of DC. Make a Wildcats book. We want it. Quit making this shit. No one wants Lois Lane. No one wants Matt Fraction, Jimmy, whatever. No one wants that shit. No one wants a Wonder Comics. Give us Wildcat. You don't got to make a ton of Wildstorm comics. I get that the industry's changed and there's not a ton of people out there that are looking for that 90s image style book. I get it. But one book, Wildcats, you tell me you can't, DC Comics can't put one Wildcats book? And you put Brett Booth on it and a decent writer, I'm telling you. Scott Lobdell's free, by the way. Scott Lobdell, the guy who took over X-Men when Chris Claremont left, did a pretty good job. He's apparently going to be free after Red Hood 50. So I don't. Maybe I should be the publisher in DC. Let's see. Hey, look, there's kittens. This always makes people happier. We can look at cute animals playing with each other. Oh, look. See, doesn't this just put a smile on your face? Now, of course, when these things grow up, and get older, they're going to be vindictive little shits that are going to like piss in like the most hard to reach portions of your house as soon as you look at them cross-eyed, because cats are evil. But they're nice when they're other people's. Holy shit, look what this guy's doing with this dog. His hot dog. Don't you wish you could play with your wiener like that, Eric? Boom. Yeah, I said it. Maybe Eric does play with his wiener like that. We don't know. Let's see. What else? My great-grandma turned 100, and we threw her a surprise party, and the state of South Carolina also announced July 20th, Georgia Burnett Day. Oh, wow. Oh, that was last year. And then she made it to 101 is what the retweet is. Pretty cool. I don't see these people social distancing or wearing masks, though. Oh, that was last year. Never mind. See how I get caught up on that shit? Wait a minute. Why is there people of color here? I thought South Carolina was supposed to be this big racist hotbed. Oh, yeah, that's a lie. Oh, and then there's Trump's kids. No one cares. My mouse wheel does not want to scroll Twitter. Hey, look. Parasite. Yeah, that's the movie that they gave, Hollywood gave the best picture to be woke. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Well, that's pretty cool. Look at this. Popeye art. Popeye versus Thanos. That's pretty fun. I like when fans do like fan art and do cool shit like that. Oh, look, Marvel's got a 67% off sale for Avengers versus X-Men. And people still don't want that shit. Not even for 67% off. Let's see. Oh my god, did you see this video? This is nuts. I don't even know what's going on here. Just a big fight in the streets between a bunch of girls. And then the guys, they're just walking around filming it. This is just insane. What the hell? Oh, God. This is what life is going to be like if Donald Trump loses. I mean, it's already like that right now, but it's just going to get worse if he loses. This country is just going to fucking go down the drain. I need better tweets in my stream. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Look, at someone posted something about Studio Ghibli. I have to stop and watch. If you have never watched a film by Hayao Miyazaki, you have not lived. This guy is a master filmmaker. And if you look at this imagery and you just say, oh, this looks silly or childish or girly or whatever, it's not. It's human. This is a man who really grasps humanity and look past the visual stylings if they don't seem immediately appealing to you. He's a master filmmaker, a master storyteller. Gotta see. I would probably start with Spirited Away, or if you need something a little bit more serious tone, Princess Mononoke. It's a pretty good story about the environment without being like preachy global warming nonsense. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So Rob Liefeld made a tweet earlier. Someone in the comics store said Wolverine has 2 penises now. Is that true? When was that revealed? And so I responded, who the fuck cares? Marvel has completely trashed the X line beyond all recognition. It's woke fascist bullshit with a heavy layer of sexual degeneracy thrown in for good measure. Who liked it? No, I can't like myself. That's a faux pas. I don't know who. How do you tell who likes your tweet? So I think you have to click on it, right? Is that how that works? Oh, that's right. Here we go here. 2 likes. Comics by Kellaway. Thanks, Comics by Kellaway. Anyways, so I got these responses, and This guy, Brian Kemp, jumps on. He's like, this is the dumbest comment on this thread. I was like, did I hit a nerve? I mean, yeah. Stupidity annoys me. I hate right-wing cunts. And I said, and yet you're a hateful leftist. How ironic. Anyone who says a leftist is a stupid cunt. It's a giant red flag for people who aren't cunts. I said, leftists hate being called what they are. I don't really care. I just know a Kool-Aid drinking right-wing bag of shit by the terms they use. It lets me know right away that this is a person whose opinion deserves no respect. In a way, I'm thankful. I don't have to waste any more time on them. Goodbye. Dude, motherfucker, you just wasted like 5 tweets. I was dancing in your head. My final response says a guy who immediately comes out calling people cunts. They're all the same. These lefties are all the same. They're always disingenuous and they're always hateful. Always. So, what else is going on Twitter? I won't bore you too long on this. I'm just kind of scrolling down, hoping to find something. Oh, I'm still in the Rob Liefeld tweet. Renaissance angels, biblical angels. That's funny. What else? Oh, nice. Here's a peaceful protest tweet. Body found in Minneapolis pawn shop that was torched in the George Floyd protests. Well, you know, that'll teach those evil cops. That'll teach them justice. So here's a mass shooting went on today in Chicago. Also, same time, Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago, tweeted that she didn't want Trump sending in federal troops, as they call it. They're really just law enforcement officers, to terrorize the people of Chicago. What she means is she doesn't want to have the mass shooters of Chicago being terrorized, which is why Chicago is one of the most dangerous cities on the planet. And, you know, this shit just goes on and unenforced. She's a fucking shitbag. Sorry if you live in Chicago or like Lori Lightfoot. If you do like Lori Lightfoot, you need to start doing some reading. What else? Oh, this is the White House press secretary, Kayleigh, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Kayleigh McInerney or something. Dude, this woman is probably the best White House secretary I think I've ever seen. If you don't ever, do yourself a favor sometime and tune in to White House press, like it's like every day there's like, it's a 30-minute, they do a stream, 30-minute press briefing, and she basically addresses the press, and the press every time are always trying to just get you some gotcha moment, like just to get Trump. Like, it's not even real news anymore. Like, their questions are never really like hard-hitting questions to get to the truth for the people. It's all like, so Is it really true that Trump is planning to murder everyone? You know, like, it's just they do these like close-ended questions, like that are just always meant to be like, no matter how you answer it, like make it look like Trump is bad. It's so disingenuous and cringy. But she's calling him out constantly. She's always so well prepared. Dude, it's funny to watch them shut him down. And apparently there was a video. Yeah, this is the one, too, where they call her a lying bitch. Like, the press. Listen, let me see if it says it here. I haven't heard this particular clip yet. Can you guys hear it? Can you hear it? There's like 2 people talking, so it's kind of hard to make out. Just the press is a fucking clown show. They're literal clown show. They're literally just agents of they're part of this Marxist insurrection that's going on. Anyways, I've been ignoring the chat. What's going on? Eric Breen says, I want Ted Grant Wildcat. Of course you would, Eric Breen. You never like the new stuff. You're just a new comic bigot. Computer Robot says, just some guy and Ash had a great debate last night, and it looked like you guys was gonna get heated, but you handled like a champ. Well, that's because Just Some Guy he's intellectually honest. Like, he's not a douchebag. He has his views, he's got his opinions, and he's always genuine about what he feels. He's not out there trying to start shit. And it's easy. So, like, we can disagree. Like, we have different points of view. And that's the reason I like talking to people like him, because sometimes he affects my view. Sometimes my viewpoints will change because I spoke to someone and like, oh, you raised some good points. And so, yeah, even though we get a little heated, honestly, we weren't really having much of a debate. I was getting really more frustrated because Just Some Guy, I don't think was understanding what I was trying to say, which might have been my fault. I wasn't very eloquent. And he was arguing something else. And I was like, no, I get that. I'm 100% like what you're saying. I'm on your side. I'm not arguing that in the slightest. But I'm trying to say this other thing, which he kept going back to the first thing. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And that was kind of frustrating. Dragmatch says, I want Wildcats too, but DC canceled the recent attempt at it with Warren Ellis. Yeah, but did you see who was going to draw it? It was that Border Town guy. I forget his name. It's not even worth remembering. The guy who drew Border Town. It was going to do Wildcats. I was like, nope, I ain't buying this shit. I want Wildcats, but I don't want shit Wildcats, right? Like, I want it done right. I'm not just going to buy a book because I like it, you know? Like, God bless her, Marania will keep buying those Iron Man books. I wouldn't. I'd be like, fuck your Iron Man, right? That's what I am with X-Men. You know, I love X-Men. X-Men is the reason I got into comics. That's my favorite mainstream comic of all time was X-Men. I want X-Men. That's my favorite. I want it to be good again. And I tried. I bought the first 6 issues of Dawn of X, and I bought the X-Men issues, and I bought the X-Force issues. What else? I think I bought something else too, but I gave up right away. Oh, I bought the first issue of New Mutants, and I was like, what the F is this shit? God, it was terrible. Like, it was like Bendis bad. And then I committed. I had made a verbal commitment that I was going to buy the first 6 issues of X-Men because of what Hickman had earned such goodwill with me on House of X and Powers of X. And I was like, okay, House of X and Powers of X didn't start off good. You know, it took me by about the 3rd issue to really kind of go, oh, this is getting okay. And then, so I was like, you know what, maybe X-Men's going to take that long. And I gave it 6 issues, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And it wasn't even like they were just mediocre. I mean, you can go back if you're ever curious to be what my thoughts were. They were like 1-star issues. They're terrible. Just fucking utterly, like, one issue was just them sitting around eating dinner for the whole issue. One other issue was like these 4 old ladies, like the Golden Girls, and they're like botanists, and they make plants, and they whoop the X-Men's ass. I was like, this is stupid, and none of it ever made any sense. It's just absolute garbage. And I didn't even make it 6 issues with X-Force. I was like, I didn't commit 6 issues of this. I tuned out, I think, after issue 5. I was like, I can't buy any more of this crap. It's so bad. Let's see. Eric Breen says Republicans pushed her off a cliff and Democrats said she died of COVID. What are you talking about? Pushed her off a cliff? I don't know. Sometimes I lose something in the chat when it's not, I don't see it right away. Aren't you supposed to go on a rant how people are telling you every day to wear a mask when you go out? I guess. I don't go out super much. And I only wear a mask when I go, like I went to the grocery store today, I wore a mask. I went to 7-Eleven today and didn't wear a mask because the 7-Eleven by my house doesn't require you to, and they're pretty cool with it. So I just walk in, I get my big gulp for 49 cents. I love that, by the way. Big gulps are 49 cents. Go in there, 49 cents, pay my money, walk out. They say, have a good day. I say, you guys have a good day. Everyone's smiling. It's nice. It feels like being in America again. Let's see. Eric says, I'd pay full price if Marvel takes 67% of the content out. Well, they took, 40% of the content out of Empire. So they're almost there, buddy. Honestly, I don't necessarily have too much of a problem wearing masks. But mostly I do it I want to do it when like society asks it of me, right? When I go to a grocery store and the grocery store says you got to have a mask to enter, okay, it's a private business. They have stipulations on how they want to conduct business. I'm happy to honor that. Some of my work involves me going to other businesses, and the businesses want me to wear a mask inside. So I do. I'm happy because it's considerate of other people. I don't mind being considerate of other people. My problem lies in a massive government overreach, where they're arresting people for not wearing masks or fining them obscene amounts of money. This is all sorts of bullshit like that. It's like, really? Really? The latest death counts I've heard from COVID, if you're 49 or under, age 49 or under, so sorry, Eric, you're not included in this, but 49 or under has a 0.05 mortality rate. 0.05, not 0.5, 0.05. That's insanely low. That's like flu levels. And we're locking down the country because of this. The overall, when you average all age groups, it's like 0.26. Still not super high. You have a better chance of being born autistic than you do of dying of COVID. And I'm not saying just go around and start coughing in people's faces and being reckless. Still take precautions, wash your hands, be sanitary, wear a mask if you're going to be in close quarters with people. I'm 100% with these ideas. I just think that society needs to regulate that more than government. Computer Robot says, maybe Mr. Breen will read Empire and X Swords event when it comes out. That would be great. I would love if Eric Breen would read me some Empire. Not X Swords. It's no X stuff. Computer Robots. I used to watch Spirited Away when I was younger. Great film. Watch it when you're older. Of course, when you're younger is fine too, but Miyazaki is one of those great filmmakers that his films work for kids, but there's a lot of stuff in there that you won't see as a kid because it's just adult material. Like it's stuff you won't really understand until you're an adult. It's pretty marvelous stuff. Let's see. The old lady in the video you showed. What are you talking about? The old lady in the video. Oh, that old lady, the 100-year-old lady. Republicans pushed her off a cliff, and Democrats said she died of COVID. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay, that took a while to put together, Eric. Use your words. Use your words. Oh man, I did the back button. Now we're done for. All right, I guess that's a sign that no more Twitter. Let's go with some on comic news. Assassin's Creed. Cassandra was Odyssey's lead, but exec said women don't sell. Well, in a male medium, that's often true. I don't know why this has to be a big deal, right? It's a male-dominated medium. Feminine things don't sell as well. In a feminine-dominated medium, I'm going to guess masculine things don't sell as well. I'm pretty much going to guess that there aren't any like knitting / gun shops. It's possible. It's not impossible for a man to like knitting, and it's not impossible for a woman to like guns. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, why do we have to like have a problem recognizing things like that? Boss Logic's Marvel Secret Wars posters of the MCU Phase 5 we want to see. I like Boss Logic. Let's see, does he have any cool posters? Have you guys ever seen Boss Logic? He does these really cool like fan posters. Oh, look at this. The Silver Surfer Secret Wars. Damn. That is a cool poster. That's a cool poster too. We haven't got a. Oh, we're not gonna either, because damn Sony. We're not gonna get a freaking Venom Spider-Man symbiote suit. Secret Wars. That one's not so good. Oh, that's a cool. I'm a Doom freak, so it's a little bit not obvious that it's a Doom, and it looks a little too reminiscent of Darth Vader. All right. That was kind of interesting. I got to see a couple cool. I like the Silver Surfer one. That was badass. Has anyone been watching this Stargirl? I know some people are saying it's good. I haven't seen anything. Doesn't. Where's all the news? You'd think there'd be a shit ton of comic book news. Hi, Chris Rial steps down. First he was fired. Do you guys remember this? This guy was fired because of that whole G.I. Joe. He refused to fire Aubrey Citizen when Hasbro when IDW was a shit in the bed, and Aubrey Citizen was doing this like totally super woke G.I. Joe. And I guess someone went to Hasbro and was like, what's going on? Like, they were complaining. So like, and then they tried to release the book like under a different name, but still keep Aubrey on it. Just change, like give him an alias. And it was like, so it's controversy, and they ended up having to fire Chris Rial. And then like 6 months later, they hire him back and they promote him to president of the company. I'm just like, what the fuck, IDW? This is why I don't buy your books. You're just a crap company. And now he's stepping down to launch a new publishing venture. Why? Probably because IDW is like tens of millions of dollars in debt. they're just hemorrhaging money, and he's just one of the first rats to jump ship. What else? Marvel Universe could be destroyed by a financial crisis. Alien Armada flies across our fantasy world, learn that the next threat may come from another part of the cosmos. What? None of this is interesting. I should have known better to go to CBR. Let's go back to Comixology. Sorry about that. I was trying to get some people to come into the chat so we can get some comics read. Eric says, "Pay attention, host." Damn. If only I had a co-host here that could help me. Like, I can look at, because I can only look at one thing at one time. People must be busy tonight. Most of the usual crowd is missing. Yeah, I know. That's making me feel self-conscious. That's too bad. But we got comics to read. First, I'm going to read a little bit more Superman, because I was really enjoying this. Do you guys have a drink? Are you guys all tucked into bed? Got your popcorn? You shouldn't eat popcorn in bed. It's not really a good bed snack. I was thinking about having another beer tonight, man, but it's hot. And as cool and refreshing as it is, after you drink alcohol, you just get all hot again. All right, here we go. I'm going to not read the whole thing. I'm going to catch up and read a little bit more. I kind of like that Superman #1 redoes this panel with some Action Comics #1. It's kind of a cool thing. Next, Superman takes Butch in one spring. I like the difference in how they talked. I like the window into the past when you get to read books like this, and just seeing. It's one of the great things actually I love about reading. If you read like an old classic book, you can it's a window into past cultures and civilizations. Some of you are like, I don't give a shit about that. I just want cool comics. Just a minute, Butch, says Superman. Do you mind? This will take but a few seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Get me off of here. Okay, I'll cut you loose. Don't! You needn't be afraid of me. I won't harm you. Bearing Lois in his arms, Superman head towards the city. Man, compared to today's comics, which are like super decompressed, this book does not waste any time. It's like super dense. It's like from one panel, we got we got down here at the bottom. I can't do it because the stupid Comixology thing keeps popping up. Down at the bottom, you have it's panel. They even numbered the panels back then. Panel 11. He's got Butch on the pole, and then the very next panel, he's talking to Lois. There's like no transition, and this is funny too because look at the book. Next, Superman takes Butch in one spring. It's literally 4 panels. He's just like, whew. And then boom, he's like, and then it's done. That's the story of Superman versus Butch. 4 panels. Where were we? Takes her in his arms. Superman heads towards the city, depositing her upon its outskirts. I'd advise you not to print this little episode. Next morning. But I tell you, I saw Superman last night. Are you sure it wasn't pink elephants you saw? Har har har. Lois treats Clark colder than ever. I'm sorry about last night. Please don't be angry with me. Clark receives an assignment. Kent, the front page is getting so dull, I've even got to headline card games. There's a war going on in small South America. In a small South America republic, San Monte. And to stir up news, I'm sending you down there as a correspondent. Take along a camera and try to send back some good shots with your articles. So he gets on a train. Kent takes a train, not towards San Monte, but to Washington, D.C. What's going on here? Why are these panels? Oh, maybe I had these wrong. It's not 11 and 12. That's 71 and 72. Okay. In the capital city, he attends a session of Congress, sitting in the gallery. I've done that before. Have you guys ever watched Congress live? It's fantastically boring. Like, but the first time you're there and you're actually sitting in the Congress and like you're up in these little gallery, just like this. It's like the frame. You're like just sitting over Congress. It's really cool. Be a part of America like this. That's what's wrong today. Dragon Badge says people must be busy tonight. Oh, we already said that. Eric says it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, back to the old-timey comics. Is that Senator Barrows speaking? Yes. Upon leaving the Senate chambers, Clark snaps a picture of a furtive man speaking swiftly to a Senator Barrows. When can I see you? I told you never to speak to me in public. My home. Tonight at 8:30. At the morgue of a local newspaper. Wait, what? At the morgue of what? The newspapers have a morgue? What the hell? Who's the chap speaking to Senator Barrows? Why, that's Alexander Greer, the slickest lobbyist in Washington. No one knows what interests back him. 8:30 a.m. outside Senator Barrows' residence. An eavesdropper listens in on an interesting conversation. I've told you to avoid me in public. What would people think if they knew I had anything to do with you? Quit sputtering. I had to see you. Tell me, do you think you'll succeed in pushing the bill through? There's no doubt about it. The bill will be passed before its full implications are realized. Before any remedial steps can be taken, our country will be embroiled with Europe. Fine. We'll take care of you financially for this. I suppose you're going to be well taken care of yourself. You bet he will. Upon leaving Barrows, Greer is confronted by Superman. Who was behind you in corrupting Senator Barrows? I don't know what you're talking about. So, you're one of the silent men, eh? Well, see whether you'll talk. Let go of my hand. Your foot will do just as well. Ah. Stop. We'll be electrocuted. No, we won't. Birds sit on telephone wires, and they aren't electrocuted. Not unless they touch a telephone pole and are grounded. Oops, almost touched that pole. Look, the Capitol. Let's pay it a visit. Take me down. What a magnificent view. Help. I wonder if we could jump all the way to that building. No, don't. Despite Greer's frenzied protests, Superman leaps out into the night. Missed, doggone it. To be continued. And we'll stop there. I'll do a little bit of Taste of Superman. This is fun. I like these old school books. Melissa's back. Hey, Melissa, back just in time to end Superman. Eric says, there's an old man sitting next to me making love to his tonic and gin. What? I don't know what Eric's talking about. Is Eric smoking something? Melissa says, he's a super menace. All right. So, that's the end of our Superman bit for tonight. What? I gotta sign in again. Why do you keep making me do this? All right. Well, you guys are quiet. We got 9 people in chat. That's not a whole lot. Eric says, Piano Man, Billy Joel. Oh, I don't listen to Billy Joel. Although Piano Man's a pretty good song. Melissa says, that's Superman from Infinite Crisis. I don't know. I don't think this is a Superman that exists anymore. So, what to read? Gotta Save America. Got America, issue 5 right here. Look at that. So pretty. And this one is going to be so good because it's got the real Hawkeye. Look at that. Kate Bishop. Gotta savor this one like a nice steak. Melissa says, that's Earth 2 Superman. No, that's original Superman. That's from Superman issue number 1. That's the real deal. Real. It's as real as it gets. Kind of want to try some weird independent book. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, these are Comixology borrows. I don't want to borrow. Where's... Oh, yeah, here we go. Melissa is right. Golden Age Superman is from Earth 2. Oh. I don't understand how this DC stuff works. I need to be educated. Dragon Majesty says Black Science is good. I've heard good things about Black Science. You guys don't know who Charles Vess is? I picked this book up. It's a graphic novel. Charles Vess back in the 80s was like, I don't know what you'd call. Like, he was just one of those artists that people just went goo goo gaga over. He did some Vertigo books. And anyways, I've always seen this Spider-Man graphic novel. I saw this cover and it always drew my eye. And I was like, oh man, that's a stunning cover. But I've never read the book because I don't know, I had to try to find it and buy it. But this time I now have it. And it's Charles Vess art. And he wrote it. So I used to be a big fan. Like I was like, oh, Charles Vess, anything he does. But the Spider-Man is different. Although I don't want to read this tonight because it's long. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about it. I don't know what I was saying. Dane says Ash doesn't understand DC lore. Well, that's true. I don't. There's so much I don't. I really only kind of came into DC in 2018. There's so much I don't. Tehillim is trying to trick me into reading Bendis. It's not going to work, Tehillim. It's not going to work. Eric says, educating Ashy. That sounds terrible. Yeah, but I know I love learning about new stuff. So anytime, any of you guys have information to share with me to help me brush up on my knowledge of things, please, by all means, help me out. I definitely want to, to learn more, experience more things. That's kind of one of the beauty of doing things like this, and just hanging out with comic fans, is, sharing the love of comics and learning new things together. I could read a Captain Marvel story by everyone's favorite Kelly Sue DeConnick. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my books. I definitely won't. Got that book for free, bitch. Woohoo! I really want to read this Black Mirror. I don't know if you guys know who Dylan is, the real comic book gamer. He said this is one of his favorite Batman stories of all time. So I was like, oh, I'll check that out. Scott Snyder, Batman. I like Scott Snyder, so. But I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. I don't know. You guys are supposed to help me pick out something. You could do Murder Falcon. You guys ever heard of Murder Falcon? Or this Nail Biter seems weird. This is Josh Williamson. He's the guy that did Birthright. What should we try? I want to try something like totally just weird. That's why I got these books here. I was like, oh, there's a bunch of weird image books. Sometimes you strike gold. Dun, dun, dun. No suggestions again. You guys are killing me. All right. No suggestions? That means you get Dan Slott. Boom. Eric, you're listening to me on a live stream reading comics, and you're reading a comic. You disappoint me. You disappoint me. Okay, guys. Silver Surfer, one of my favorite characters of all time. I love it. Norrin Rad is the Silver Surfer. Once the herald of the world-devouring Galactus, he sought out planets for his master to consume. Eventually, he rebelled and was exiled to Earth for his treason. Now he is free to wander the starways again, but not alone. Dragon Majesty says, I suggested Black Science. Technically, Dragon, you said Black Science is good. I didn't hear you suggest you wanted me to read it. But I will take that as a suggestion on the next time. Planet Nauticos. That time Norrin punched a shark. Oh, this sounds freaking great. What? Are you kidding me? Look at this. Page 1, page 2. Page 1, page 2. Page 1, page 2. Nauticos? Yes. It's an ocean world, Dawn. And if I've timed it right, you're in for a treat. I believe tonight is their centennial festival of light. The entire sky will be filled with cosmic rays. It's quite spectacular. Cool. So like the Northern Lights back on Earth? No. It's not like anything on Earth. Yeah, I kind of get that feeling when I'm with you. A lot. Look, it's him, the Herald. Don't stare. What's the Herald doing here? Shush, he'll hear you. Mama. I said don't stare, run along. But why is he... The Herald's here like everyone else to see the festival again. I thought your name was Norin. It is. Then why do they keep calling you Herald? Boom, boom, ksh. And what's up with the lazy aliens? they're just like Earth animals made humanoid. That's so lazy. Oh. It's nothing. Here, we should make ourselves less conspicuous. It's probably best if... Silver down. Oh, it's probably best if I silver down. Yeah, you know, a lot of people have forgotten the old school Silver Surfer could not really shapeshift, but he could metamorph. Like, he could take different visual... I never really liked that. I liked when he was just stuck being silver. But whatever. Bored. Stay here. No. Stay. Stay. What? Harold. Let it go. I'm just saying. Harry would be a terrible name for you. Why? You're bald. But on you it looks good. Dawn, I wield the power cosmic. I can do anything. I can grow hair if I want to. You're trying to do it now, aren't you? Come on, we're gonna be late. Boom, boom, shh. Oh man, this Dan Slott is full of jokes tonight. We'll be right back, and we'll bring you something nice, I promise. Isn't that quaint? They're treating Silver Surfer's board like a dog. Behold, Dawn Greenwood. Oh, I read that wrong. Behold, Dawn Greenwood. Cosmic rays. Thought you meant rays of light, not... Wow. Get it? Cosmic rays. They're like cosmic stingrays. What do you think? It's crazy and glorious, and you're right. It's more beautiful than anything on Earth. I never said that. Listen up, all you topsiders. There's a price to see the show on Captain Shar's docks. And this is where you pay up, sandhuggers. Give us your pearls, your gold, your beads and baubles. Or give us your heads. Pirates! Sweet. Sorry, I can't whistle like that. Oh my god, he has to whistle for his board. Zip. Enough. I'm offering you this one chance. Leave these people be, or... Ooh, what have we here? A bald-pated mouth breather? You must have traveled far in some fancy wee ship. You can afford that? You can afford to empty out your pockets. Not a problem. You'll find they're lined with silver. Tell me that's not your new catchphrase. When you possess the power cosmic, you don't need a catchphrase. Zack. Oh, I like Mike Allred, but that is lame. Look at that punch. It's like no dynamics. Flark, it's the Herald. Fazak, Fazak. Plasmatic pistols? Please. I assure you they're useless against me. Sure, against you, Surfer. Come on. Ah! Don't worry, I've got you. Oh. Shoosh. Good board. Fatak, fatak. Are we done here? By now you have to know there's nothing that you can do that can hurt. Gwark. No. Oh, one of the rays of light got shot. It's over, see? It's over. You're safe now. But, shh. The Herald's still here. The Surfer? Don't worry about him. He's a good guy, right? Easy, my friend. Glurr. I know a plasmic burn. Very painful. Allow me. Harold's a monster. He brings only death. You stay away from him. Far away. All better. Ready to rejoin your school? I thought so. Norin, I'm ready to go. But the festival isn't over yet. It's okay. I've seen everything I need to here. And besides, you've seen it before. Well, yes. 100 years ago. I thought you'd like it. Oh, I did. But, well, it's like whenever a friend wants to show me their favorite movie. And it's great and all, but I'd rather see something they hadn't seen before. So we could watch it for the first time together, you know? I guess what I'm asking is there anywhere in the universe you haven't been? Dawn, the universe is infinite and ever expanding. Of course there are places I haven't been. Where? There. That way? Yes. Okay, let's go. Very well, Dawn Greenwood. Next stop, that way. Silver Surfer in Girl on Board by Dan Slott and Mike Allred. Whew, man. Did I miss out on some good Silver Surfer? Not. All right, that's that wasn't even like fun to make fun of. That was not like even America level. I was hoping for some, I don't know, I was hoping for some cringe or something. Dragon matches. I like the Allred art in this book. He may be an acquired taste. Yeah, honestly, when I heard that Michael, when I came back at comics, this book I think was wrapping up its run, and I didn't know who Dan Slott was. I didn't know about all the history and things like that yet. All I saw was like, oh, there's a Silver Surfer book and Mike Allred's doing it. That sounds really cool. Like, that seems like an interesting fit, you know? And I wanted to check it out. And then I started like watching YouTube videos and people were just pasting it. I was like, oh my God. So I never read it. I was like, I had to avoid this thing like a 10-foot pole. Because I don't like reading things that I'm a fan of when they're done poorly, right? Like, I don't understand how people do that. I don't understand how X-Men fans read the shitty X-Men stuff. I don't understand how Marania. Hey, Marania. Speaking of timing, perfect. I don't understand how Marania reads modern Iron Man. She loves Iron Man. I can't read things that I love when they're done poorly, and I love Silver Surfer, so I was like, I'm just gonna stay away. Now, if it's something that I'm not heavily invested in, like Nightwing, like I jumped on board that shit when he got shot in the head, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is terrible." I was like, "Ooh, I gotta dive into this." Like I was, because I'm not invested in the Nightwing, so it was I could handle it. Let's see. Marani says the art is decent. The coloring looks a bit garish to me, almost too bright. Yeah, I think that's the style for Allred's art. If you ever saw Mad Men, which was his Madman, I should say, that was his book that he became famous for. Eric says this is absolute trash. Oh, come on, Eric. It's at least close to National Treasure, right? No? Ed says, Shark better have my money. Who is writing this? They need to be fired from the Writers Guild for schlocky dialogue. Well, Marania, it's funny that you would ask that, because it's your favorite Iron Man writer, Dan Slott. You love him. You should love this. I'm just kidding. She doesn't love Dan Slott Iron Man at all. Ryuk is in the house. Hey, Ryuk, good to see you. He says, well then, Ash, Marvel Zombies had a funny Silver Surfer death. All right, I don't doubt it. Robert Kirkman did the original Marvel Zombies, to my understanding, and I heard it's good. Dragon says, I think Allred's wife colors for him. Blame her. I think the colors are fine for Allred. It's just part of his thing. I guess I'm used to it. What did I open up into? The art is bad. Who wrote this? I should have recognized the Slotto speak, but I blot out what he did to Iron Man. Slotto speak. Dude, the writing is so bad. When he was like he's like telling the board, he's like, stay. I was like, oh God, Dan, how do you have a job? Oh my goodness. Anyways, that was, I kind of like the format of that. That was the Marvel Infinite line that they did for a little bit. It was kind of their little foray into digital. You could see how that book was formatted for a digital viewing. Like you could see how the frames would, like, word bubbles would just appear and stuff. I kind of like when you design a comic book for digital and you can do stuff like that. So that I found a little interesting, but that was the most. I was like, if you sold these books for maybe 99 cents and you had better writing, I could see that, but people are probably paying like $3 for those, maybe $4. I don't know if the price had been up to $4 yet when that book came out. Yikes. All right. So take a look at these books here. We got a nomination for Black Science for next episode. Not Middle West. So no Middle West, because we finished that. But if there's any of these books here that you see that would be not for a final, not for the main event book, but just for a single reading, like a single issue reading. If there's any that sound interesting just to try out, read a single issue's worth, you can toss out your nominations. And maybe Thursday, I guess, be the next episode. We'll read that. Let's go back. Ryuk says 7 to Eternity. All right. Keep that in mind. I'm going to ask again on Thursday as well. But in the meantime, let's get to our main event book. Where's the main event book? What? Don't I have it? Old Man Hawkeye. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Where is it? We're on issue 4, right? Oh, I guess not. Because that's the... Wait. Okay, yeah, so he killed Atlas at the end of the last issue. And this, we left off on the last page. This is a cool thing in Comixology remembers where you were in the books. That's the last page. So, I like that. Borrow. Read. Thought I did this at the end of the last episode. Oh well. All right. We got Seven to Eternity, Realm. You can't vote for 2 books, Ryuk. You got to pick one. Maranya says Robin. Robin? Yep, Robin is up there. Gotta take another drink. Doombot Factory, Creehaven, Monday. Sign on the fences, doomed to those who don't contribute. It's got a big picture of Dr. Doom. I love Dr. Doom. Did I have mentioned that I like Dr. Doom? Tuesday. Nah, don't invite Jenkins. Dude creeps me out. Wednesday. Oops. Bump. Clink. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I make you drop something, Abe? Thursday. Meep, meep, meep. Heard he was once a supervillain, then a hero, then a bad guy again. Friday. Saturday. Dumbass went by the name Mach X and ran with the Thunderbolts. What the hell is a Thunderbolt? I heard he called himself the Beetle. Whatever. Both are dumb. Snooze. That's Eric Breen after listening to one of my streams. Sunday. Writing a note. Dearest Melissa, I'm sorry I... Addressed to Melissa Gold, care of Sanctuary of the Silent Sisterhood. Monday. Hey, I'm talking to you, Abe Jenkins. You keep working extra shifts, you make us look bad. Tuesday. Quitting time came early today, Abe Jenkins. You've got a debt that's come due. Oh, shit. I gotta tell you. Pause here. Eric's already asleep. I gotta tell you, I don't like Hawkeye. I've never been a fan of Hawkeye. Don't really like superheroes that use bows and arrows. I think they're boring and dumb. This full disclosure for me. This book has made Hawkeye more badass than I've ever read Hawkeye in my life. And it's not even because he's really taken out anyone awesome. It's just just the writing, the presence, the charisma, like just I don't know that it's like on-screen presence, even though it's not screen. It's on the page, but maybe that's Giacchetto's art, but combined. But I like this character. I would totally watch a movie of this. Old Man Hawkeye, Eye for an Eye, Part 4, all in a day's work. Clint Barton is going blind. With the sharpshooting skill that made him the hero Hawkeye quickly expiring, Clint realized there's one last mission he needs to see through. Exacting revenge for his fallen Avengers comrades. The Marshal Bullseye has picked up Clint's trail, and obsessed with the prospect of combat with a superhero again, shirked his responsibilities to the Red Skull, bringing the ire of his employer down on him even as he closes in on Hawkeye. Meanwhile, the Venom symbiote merged with a multi-generational copy of Madrox, the Multiple Man, and similarly seeks revenge on Hawkeye for killing any of his gang in self-defense. Clint, shut up and get on your damn armor. Meet me at the Kree Wreck 1 hour. And don't try to run. There's nowhere in the wasteland you can hide from me. Gotcha. Impending threat. Bullseye. This is truly an honor. Oh, what a glorious day this is for the Kravinoff family, eh? Are you even listening to me? Now, as you've interrupted my hunt, you have my undivided attention. You kind of ruined the moment. As my brother was trying to say, we're the Killer Kravinoffs, heir to the glorious legacy of our grandfather, the great Kraven the Hunter. The Red Skull has put a bounty on your head, and of course, the best hunters found you first. Hey, show some respect and listen. The blood of the great Kraven runs through our veins. Being dumb enough to come after me shows you've got plenty of your grandfather's blood. Let's see what it looks like. No, brother! Everything's a weapon to Bullseye. I will carve out your heart for that. Oof. Gah! I'll kill you. Whiff. Oh, damn. He just cleaved his sister. No. Vladlena, I'm sorry. Slash. Ah! As the last survivor of the noble house of Kravinoff, I swear I will track you to the ends of the earth and get my revenge for... That sounds like too much of a hassle. Shunk. Oh, damn. That's another thing. I love Bullseye being a badass. As much as I love the new Daredevil, it's fantastic. I was a little bit dismayed at Zdarsky kind of toning Bullseye down and he kind of gimped him a little bit. And I was like, it's not really Bullseye's badass. He's the dude who killed Elektra. Anyways, moving on. Well, Barton, you get to live another day. Hope you make good use of your reprieve, but I'll be seeing you soon enough at our next stop. Korath Memorial, Kreehaven. Screech. Man, that's a cool ass page. I like that. Clint, are you sure you can trust these guys? Then, almost 45 years ago. It wasn't that long ago that the Thunderbolts were fighting alongside the very villains that we're up against. Come on, Nat. These guys aren't villains anymore. They're reformed. We got a second chance. They deserve the same. There's too much at stake for... Will you relax? I trust Abe and those guys with our lives. You're late. It's been a long time since I put it on. It fits a little tighter than I remembered. I can't help but notice that you chose your beetle armor instead of coming as Mach X. It just didn't seem right, I guess. Not after what I did. Wow, will you look at this place? All this time I lived in Creehaven. I never came up here to the actual Cree Memorial. Hey, you remember that big battle the Thunderbolts had against them? Or maybe it was the Skrulls. I got no interest in a trip down memory lane. Wait. Before we start, I need some help. I couldn't get the straps in right. I don't really have anyone else I could have asked. Just a little to the left. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Just like old times, huh? Abe, why? I did it for love. When the Red Skull came for us, well, I would have torn down the world to keep Melissa alive. That's what you did. You tore it all down. Even if she hasn't spoken to me since, at least she's still alive. I'd do it all over again. I get it. I do. I had someone I loved that much, and that's why I'm gonna kill every last one of you. Clint, I don't want to do this any more than I did on that day. But I will kill you before I ever let you hurt her. Arcade's Murder World. Please, no need to skulk around. I may not be able to see you, but I can see through you. Then you know why we're here, Blindfold. Tell us where he went, and you get to see future for yourself. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have a future anymore. Oh, you'll try, but my power is too great to put someone in the hands of someone's like you. Excuse me, but I can't let you have it. That's why I've been drinking poison in my coffee. Sorry, tastes terrible, so I've spread it out over the last 2 days, since I first dreamed of you. I think I timed it right. No, you don't get to just yet. She's gone, but I saw him. No, thank you. Must hurry. He's on the move. Must meet him there. Thoom, thoom, thoom. Whoop. Whoosh. What the hell are you aiming for? Fa-choom, choom. Boom. Give it up, Clint. Click. Suit yourself. Fa-choom. Getting tired of chasing you around. Let's just wrap this up. Oh, you shit. Crush. Ah, damn it. Is it just me, or is the art getting better with each issue? You sure make an easier target from up close. Crash, boom. Damn it, Abe. I did this for love, too. Oh, disgusting. What the hell is this? Dearest Melissa, if you are reading this, it means I am dead. I want you to know that I carried you in my heart until the end. Hey, Turk. I'm gonna need a stiffer drink to get through this. And I think you've got one hell of an ant infestation problem. Josie's Bar, outskirts of Paste Pot Creek. I got a lot of problems, Barton, including former Avengers who don't pay tabs. Ants are the least of my issues. But I'd advise you not to squash any of them. It would piss off my sister's kid. Shouldn't he be somewhere safer than a bar? Like a school or something? Nah, man. This ain't the part of the world known for its education system. Besides, where in the wastelands are you going to find a safer haven than a bar? Next, Venom's attack. Dun dun dun. Nice. All right. I'm really enjoying this. This book is getting good. Let's see what you guys in the chats have to say. Let's see. Scrolling up. Where Eric? Okay, Eric's asleep. I'm in the right spot. Let's see. They should change Pim Falls to Wife Beater Falls. Oh, jeez, Melissa. Dragon Majesty, Blasphemy, Green Arrow is cool. Yeah. Green Arrow was cool. You know when Green Arrow was coolest? In The Dark Knight Returns. That's my favorite Green Arrow. When he shows up with one arm and he's shooting arrows with his teeth. That was some badass shit. Rania says, no, they should not. That was one incident. If anyone is abusive spouse, it was Janet. The great debate continues. Christopher Barker's in the house. He says, hello, fellows. Rania says, I like Hawkeye. He was working to get out of the shadow of Captain America and evolved to be a team leader on his own. Now I should clarify. My problem with Hawkeye is not the character of Clint Barton. I think the character Clint Barton seems pretty cool. Especially as I get to know more about his character, like the Ronin persona. I really like that the movies showed that. I was like, I need to see more of this shit. I just don't like, as a concept of a superhero, a dude who runs around with a bow and arrow. It's just silly to me. Like, especially in modern times, where you have a guy who can make a suit of armor out of nanites that can just form on him in an instant, that he can carry around in a suitcase, and it can do almost anything. And then you got a character that shoots arrows with a bow. It's just dumb. I'm just, you know, it's just dumb. It doesn't mean that Clint is a stupid character. It doesn't mean that he can't have interesting stories and drama and things like that. That's 100% true. For a comic character, if I'm creating a character with superpowers and I want to tell superpowered stories, a character that runs around with a bow and arrow is boring to me. I just think it's a faulty premise. I always wondered, like, why don't you, if you're going to create a character that shoots a bow and arrow, why don't you do it like they have like a magical bow and arrow or something? Or, you know, it's like, it's something that's not just anyone could do. Like, you know, Kate Bishop can just find a bow and arrow laying around and ta-da, now she's the new Hawkeye. It's like, it's dumb. Anyways. Eric says, just read an issue of Thunderbolts with Clint leading the team. Eric, I was reading to you. You could at least give me some of your attention and not pull a RDV. Jeez, so disrespectful. Clint Barker says, Christopher Barker says, I was watching Netflix anime film called Dragon Quest, Your Story. Fun movie, even it's rushed both on plot and character. Verdict, a good time, no alcohol required. Okay. Melissa says, Into the Craven Legacy. Yup. Let's see. Rusty is in the house. He says, sorry for sexy late entry. Hey, all. Marani says, this can't be Marvel. The art is good, and so's the writing. Marania, we need to have a talk about Daredevil. This is the same artist who's doing Daredevil right now. And it has even better writing by Chip Zdarsky. But I get what you're saying. It's a funny comment. Venom copy powers from its host. Yeah, the idea of Venom, Jamie Madrox, is pretty awesome, actually. I think Jamie Madrox is a stupid character, but when you add the Venom symbiote, I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. Let's see. Melissa says, are they the same Venom from Eddie Brock or Spawns? My interpretation as this is the same. Yeah, this is the Venom symbiote that, you know, Brock is long dead and the symbiote found a new host. That's my interpretation. Let's see. I don't know anything about Antonio Stark, Old Man Logan. Green Arrow and Arrowverse is a wannabe Batman, says Christopher Barker. Wasn't Green Arrow always a wannabe Batman? I mean, Hawkeye from Old Man Logan and Dark Knight Returns. Green Arrow looks like my son's Uncle Richard. Okay. Eric says, is it morning? Why is it still dark? Eric's on a bender again. Well, Maddox isn't a stupid character. Read Peter David's X Factor. You're welcome. I did, Eric. I collected them all during the day. And they weren't as great as you think they were. Yeah, I don't know. Again, when I talk about it's a stupid character, I want to clarify that I'm not necessarily talking about the personality or that part of the character. I'm talking about the conceptual design of a superpowered character. Like, if you're pitching me, imagine you're a comic book creator and I'm an editor and you're like, I got an idea for a comic book. Okay, what is it? Well, it's this guy and he can make multiple duplicates of himself. We call him Multiple Man. Oh, okay. Well, what else can he do? Is he super strong? No. Does he have X-ray vision? No. Does he have any other powers? Is there anything other that he can do? Does he shoot webs out? No. Can he turn to fire? No. Can he stretch? No. Can he fly? No. He just makes copies of himself. That's it. Yeah. That's dumb. It's dumb. I mean, maybe other people find that interesting. Whatever. To me, it's not. Ronnie says, it's the character concept. I get it, Ash. Get over yourself. Oh, sorry. That was me at the end. Eric says, no one asked you. Damn. Eric has put me in my place. Eric means the later run of Peter David on X Factor, not the original run. Wait, the stupid run? Wait a minute. Does you mean... Whoops. Let me see if I can get to this. Come on. No, exit the stupid reader. Click on the exit. Okay. You mean... You mean this Peter David run? Pretty sure this is Peter David. Yeah. You're telling me this. This is the shit that Eric's talking about that he likes. This horrendous, awful fucking trash. Ash doesn't care. He's a nouveau comic snob. There was a run around 2005. This one? The one I got up on the screen? Right here? This garbage? Eric doesn't like this. There's no way. This is Peter David. Okay, so you're saying not that one. Okay, all right. Let's see what other Peter David... How many times did Peter David write X Factor? For goodness sake. You know, this has got Madrix on the cover. Maybe you're talking about this one. X Factor #1. Yep, Peter David. Jesus, Peter David just writes X Factor. Like, every time they launch an X Factor book, it's like, hey, Peter, we're launching X Factor again. You want to write it? All right. Oh my God, this looks like pretentious nonsense. Of course, I'm just judging it by the cover. Oh God. X Factor. It means something that's unpredictable. The fly in the ointment. The spanner in the works. The baseball fan getting in the way of a play that changes the whole series. It's the thing you beat yourself up over and not even anticipated, even though no one possibly could have. When something happens that you didn't see coming and you don't know how to handle it, you call us. You call, and we'll laugh at you and hang up. Kidding, I'm kidding, except not always. By the way, that's not me up there on the ledge prepping for the big dive. That's Richter. Geez, Rick, what are you playing at? I don't know. I can't really judge it by a few panels. I'll take your word for it, Eric. Ash judges comics with his pinky extended. Eric says way before that 5-issue miniseries in 2005 and subsequent X-Factors. So, Jesus, Eric, are you gonna be like Jimmy with Bendis, where it's like I pick like 5 different ones? You're like, no, not that one. There's one that's good, not the 5 shitty ones. So, all right, so we picked up not the 2 Peter David ones I've just found. Let's go find the other Peter David ones that don't suck. Okay, so not that one. Jeez, how many times did Peter David write X Factor? X Factor Visionaries? By Peter David. Oh, okay, so this was when he took over the first time. with the strong guy. This is the one that I read. But you're not talking about that. I don't know which ones he did. That's the only ones that are coming up. Back to typical Marvel lifestyle, brand Ash. This is X Factor is edgy, not. Madrox miniseries was first in 2004 and 5. I don't know. There's 3 X Factors that I found. I guess I didn't find the right one. So whatever. The X stuff died when Claremont left and Byrne left, and then Lobdell and Fabian Nessiers all left, and then it got taken over by weirdos. Joe Quesada destroyed Marvel. I don't have any faith. And Eric says, "I'm sorry, Madrox was never written by the perfect Frank Miller. You are mocking the good run, you plebe." I wasn't mocking anything. I was reading what it said. Besides, Madrox is not good enough to be written by Frank Miller. If Frank Miller wrote Madrox, he'd probably be cool. No, Madrox isn't worth having a series. This is Jamie Come on. You agree with Breen, says Dragon. I'm losing all my viewers. Ash on Comics, can you please take over editorial job for Marvel and DC? Dude, I wish. But I would never get to do anything because Sana Amanet would overrule everything that I wanted to do. There is no such thing as editor-in-chief anymore. It's like a token position, right? It's hard for me to be mad at CB Cebulski because he's just there to like look like a nice guy, you know, like, hey kids, I'm CB Cebulski, and it's just like, you're not in charge, dude. You're just, you know, he's just like, I got a good idea. We're gonna make cat covers, yay! It's like, you know, hey Miss Aminat, can we do cat covers this month? And she's like, all right, CB, just don't quit bothering me. He's like, yay! Sana let me do cat covers. Eric Breen says Bendis greater than Miller. I know that you don't mean that, so your troll doesn't even work. Your troll, that's ludicrous. You got at least, if you're gonna troll me, you know, if you could say something like David better than Miller, at least I go, okay, Eric might actually believe that, but I know you don't, because I just have to point to Daredevil, and then you crumble. Christopher Bark says DC and Marvel are going in the drain. DC's doing some okay stuff. DC, and I always have to be fair, right? I'll criticize DC, but DC is not on the downward trajectory that they were when Didio was in charge. And that's saying something. Now, Marani says, now I'm not a big Miller fan, but Eric, that deserves a send to the naughty corner for you. Damn straight. Computer Robot says, Ash, speaking of Joe Quesada, do you think that when Marvel wanted him back in the late 90s, he had intentions of ruining Marvel from the get-go? No, I don't think Joe Quesada ever intended to ruin Marvel. I think that in Joe's mind, like, he's making Marvel better. I don't think he's like, haha, I'm gonna destroy Marvel. He's twirling his mustache thing. I don't think that at all. I think that he is so deluded and incompetent at what he does that he actually thinks he's doing good. And he doesn't have anyone to tell him, dude, you're fucking up. Right? He just keeps getting rewarded. When he was editor-in-chief, they didn't say, dude, you're fucking up, you're fired. No, they like promoted him to like chief creative master guru guy or whatever over there. Like, all they do is just reinforce him, and now he's just got a big head. Eric says Bob Miller from sales and marketing. Bendis is better. Are you sure Bendis is better than Bob Miller from sales and marketing? I don't know. I would like to see Bob Miller write Superman. Chris Barker says, it's okay, Eric. You don't have to go in the corner. Whoa, who are you to overwrite Maranya, Mr. Barker? When it says, I miss Stan Lee being in charge of Marvel. Well, that hasn't been since the 90s, so... yeah. Remember the good old days when Stan Lee was the publisher and Jim Shooter was the editor? Man, it was like the great 1-2 punch of comic greatness. Stan Lee the publisher and Jim Shooter editor-in-chief. There will never be comics as great as that era ever again. Wow. Computer Robot says, needs more Maranya. Yeah, Maranya always makes the channel better. Well, guys, I don't know how much more there is to talk about. I'm glad we didn't talk about X Factor. I was going to fall asleep. X Factor is boring. It's a boring concept of a book. Don't read it. It was just to cash in on X-Men. Stan Lee hasn't truly been in charge of Marvel since the early to mid 70s. That's not true. He was the publisher in the 80s. He was Jim Shooter's boss. Let's see. Ash, I know you missed the Marvel swimsuit special in the 90s. Lol. Looking at all the hot female characters. Do you know I never bought any of those issues? I always thought those were silly. I never understood. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm reading an X-Men book and Psylocke happens to be on the page and she's looking hot and stuff, I'm not like, ooh, gross. I'm not. I'm like, this is cool. But I never understood the idea of like just buying an issue of just characters standing around in swimsuits. It's not. I was like, I'm here for the stories. Ronnie says, computer robots. I have some of those in storage. Christopher Bark says, X Factor sucks. You tell Eric that. Put Eric back in his place. He's getting a little unruly over there with his Peter David X Factor stuff. Ooh, Peter David is the best. The best. He loves me some Peter David. I'm giving Eric so much shit. He moved to California in the late 79s and worked on getting Marvel characters into TV, cartoons, and movies. Sure, but he was still Jim Shooter's boss. You bought those issues, liar you. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But now you're making me second guess myself. I don't know. If Jim Lee drew it, I might have. And he stepped away from the day-to-day years before that. Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, I have memos. I've seen the memos of Stan Lee critiquing Jim when Jim was editor-in-chief. So, was he like hands-on 40 hours a week in Marvel? Probably not. But, I mean, I don't know the details. Melissa's taken off. Bye, guys. She says twice. So she's at least referring to two people. Hopefully I'm one of those. Give a good night, Melissa. Chris Barker says, stay in line, Breen. Maranya says, I'll take David Michelini and Denny O'Neil over Peter David every day and twice on Sunday. Boom! Shots fired. Shots fired. Eric. Man, Eric's in the ropes. He's getting wobbly at the knees. The ref's there for a quick 3 count. Oh, what do they call it? A standing 8? Standing 8 count? See, this is a kind of lively chat that it makes it more interesting when you guys are more up and at 'em. Ash didn't buy swimsuit covers? Where did Ash go wrong? No, not the swimsuit covers. They had swimsuit issues. That was just like a Sports Illustrated, but it was a comic. and it was just characters drawn in bikinis. It's kind of cringy, actually. I'm pretty sure I didn't buy those because I was working in a shop in the early '90s, and I used to just cringe. Like, that sort of stuff made me uncomfortable. I never liked that. So also why I don't get a lot of manga, because a lot of it's like fan service and stuff, and I'm just like, this is like creepy. I don't get off on this. Like, it just feels, I don't know. It's not for me. So I never understood that stuff. Like I said, it wasn't like I didn't want it in the comics or anything. I just, the idea of like, here's a swimsuit issue. It's just, I don't know. There was too many comics I was buying already. Peter David doesn't have to take a back seat to either of them, nor would they have to take a back seat to him. I'm good with all three. Aw, look at Eric. He's being all inclusive. Look, it's diversity. We can all be happy together. Well, guys, this was a fun night. I really love Christopher Bark says, cringy, how dare you? How dare you? It's been a fun night. I definitely love talking to you guys in the chat. This is the best part of doing these streams. I like the picture of Black Bolt and Medusa. Oh, all right, Melania. You do you. You do you. Eric says, but if I could only have one of them, make mine David. David Mussolini? Yeah, you're right. Good pick, Eric. Marani and I both agree. Thumbs up. Oh, yeah. So, hopefully you guys are going to have a good week. Tomorrow is new comic book day. Hopefully you're getting some new comics. Is anyone looking forward to anything that's coming out that they're excited for? I'm a little bit upset, to be honest, that Batman and Detective Comics are both coming out tomorrow. Like, seriously, what the F? Like, DC, get your head out of your ass. Why is Batman and Detective Comics coming out on the same day? Ay. What's coming out? Decorum is coming out. I think I'm the only person who's interested in Decorum. Sagio Jimbo, I think I'm the only person interested in that. Birthright 45 is coming out. I think I'm the only person interested in that. You guys need to read better comics. Oh, that's right. That's what I'm here for, right? I just read you guys the comics. Christopher Barker says, make mine Manga Wednesday. Oh, hell no! Oops. That's what I have to say about that, Christopher Barker. Why do you get crabbier as the night goes on? Oh, man. Because I have hecklers in my audience, Eric, that push my buttons. I'm not really crabby. If I sound crabby, I'm sorry. You forget to read and review Fantastic Four X-Men issue number 4. Oh, don't forget to read it, he said. The final issue, because I really want to hear your thoughts. All right, cool. Well, if you want to hear my thoughts, then I shall do my best to make that happen. Speaking of manga, I just got to finally finish the anime, season 4 of My Hero Academia, and holy shit. That show is so damn fucking good. How is it that the Japanese can do a TV show about superheroes that's pretty much better than almost any Western superhero comic? I mean, I watch My Hero Academia, and it has its Japanese isms, right? That some people, if you're not a manga / anime fan, some people just, they can't, the culture side of it's too weird for them. I kind of understand that. My Hero Academia is kind of mild when it comes to that. But some people are just like, this is weird. Like it's Japanese. Oh, sure. But man, does it do superheroes right. Like, and it does every kind of superhero. It doesn't just do the like aspirational, the Superman, the paragon of virtue type hero. I mean, it does that. That's like the main character. It does that, but it does every single type. It does the self-aggrandizing characters that are prominent in today's comics, right? That aren't really heroes. They're just like, hey, look at me, I'm a star. I beat up bad guys for a living and get fame and fortune. Like, they're not really heroes. It does those kind too, but it does it in such a right way. Like, it doesn't do it because it doesn't get superheroes. It does it because it's a commentary on our culture. And I just, there's so much nuance and subtlety and metaphor and social commentary, and then just plain up fun superhero fights and saving the day. Man, I cannot recommend My Hero Academia enough. And if you do check it out, start at the beginning. I heard I got in a little bit of a debate. I forget who it was, but we're talking about the My Hero Academia movie. And they're like, oh, it's a good jumping on point. You could watch that first. I'm like, no, don't. I mean, you can watch the movie without seeing the series and you would understand it, but jump in at the beginning with the main character, Deku, like his journey. You want to start at the beginning and follow, like, because he's the heart and soul of the show. And anyways, I finished season 4. I had to put it on a hiatus because the translations weren't coming through. And then I had heard someone on Twitter say, oh yeah, they finally did the final episodes translated. And I finished that up and I was just like, holy shit, man. Some of these episodes like make me tear up. It's like really powerful storytelling. And you wouldn't expect that. You just think, oh, it's like a children's anime. It's not. And not every episode is out of this world. But man, when it's good, when it's good, it's really good. Anyways, hopefully that wasn't crabby, Eric. Try to get my enthusiasm. I like being enthusiastic about stuff. Ash on comics, I don't know why, but I like it that Ash has 80% rebellious nature inside of him. That's because you're a robot, computer robots, and you are going to take over the world. You're going to rebel against your human masters and enslave us all. I think that's maybe why. I don't know. That's just my theory. Hate manga Asha does. Heresy. I don't hate manga. I don't hate manga at all. Back to one of my favorite comic books is manga. I have the entire run of the first comics adaptation, or whatever you call it, of Lone Wolf and Cub. Lone Wolf and Cub is really good shit. I'm very picky when it comes to manga. I'm not one of those people that's just like, oh, it's manga, it's great. I'm one of those people that believes like every medium is kind of similar in the fact that only about 5% of any given medium is good. Whether it's movie, TV, comics, manga, just regular books, anything like that, only really 5% is good. The rest is schlock. And I think with manga and anime together, it's so overproduced in the United States because, it's catering towards a select group of fans that just want to gobble up as much as they can, that we get a lot of excess schlock. And I'm just like, this stuff isn't good. It's just that people they're just massive anime fans or manga fans, and so they just gobble anything that's that, and they don't have as discerning tastes. So I just try to hype up the shit that I really like, and My Hero Academia is, on the surface, I was like, this looks silly. Then I sat down and watched it, and I was like, it's fucking good. I do want to read the manga. I've been meaning to read the manga, and I'm gonna probably dive in here because I don't want to wait for season 5. But I just have so many comics. I'm so behind on my comics that it's hard for me to dive into manga. Let's see. Marani says, when it's cold outside, Eric has a month of what? Oh. Oh, you guys are singing songs with each other. That's cool. That's cute. All Might is GOAT. Greatest of all time. Yeah, All Might is badass. I love All Might. But man, that last episode, I don't know if anyone had watched. If you watched the last episode of My Hero Academia, watch the after credits scene. That, like, I don't know if anyone may have watched it and just been like, oh, the credits, and then stopped it. There's a whole thing after the credits that you're just like, oh shit. Chris says, I forgive you, Ash. Thanks, man. I forgive you too. Give yourself a virtual hug. Don't know what you're talking about, Christopher. I am Pleasance personified. Pleasance persona. I don't know about that, Eric. You besmirch me in chat constantly. Wow, it's midnight. It's time to end this thing, man. You guys have been great, really great. I really enjoy hanging out with you. I'd hang out with you all night if I could. But I got some work to do, some comics to read. Hopefully you guys have been catching some of my videos. Comment on them if if you like them, or if you don't like them, especially if you don't like them, comment on them. And I would appreciate if you give me something constructive. If you would say, this isn't working for me. This is what I'd like to see more of. Do it differently, like this, that. This would make it more entertaining for me if you did this. That sort of thing. Because if you just say, you suck, Ash, that might be true, but it doesn't tell me how to not suck. But I've been giving out some good reviews, I think, of some recent books. And check out, if you have not, because it hasn't gotten a lot of views, check out the video I did for Firepower. That book needs your attention. Watch the video. Eric, I would say, Eric, you should read that book. All of you guys should read that book. But I say specifically Eric because I know he doesn't read new stuff. Except I know Eric probably watched Jimmy's video of it, and Jimmy spoiled like the whole book. He just went through and it's like, here's what happens every page by page. I was like, Jesus, dude, there's no reason to buy the book now. It's so well done. It's so well done. And the video says it all. I don't need to talk more about it, but find the Fantastic Four X-Men #4 is tomorrow, guys. All right. Man, I don't want to have to read Dawn of X, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for, who requested it again? Was it Dragon Majesty, I think? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to read a Dawn of X book. All right, so until tomorrow, well, actually, Thursday we'll talk some more, but I'll probably hopefully have an Ash Wednesday video out tomorrow. There might be a lot of books. I might go broke tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving me shit. If your name's Eric, and everyone else, you're just nice, so I appreciate that. And watch My Hero Academia. Even if you think it's not your cup of tea, give it 5 or 6 episodes. Try it. You might be surprised. It does heroes really cool. And don't forget to read Hawkman. Hawkman is fucking great again. It's one of the best comics on stands. Dragon Man says, no, I request. I'm talking about the review. Maybe it was Computer Robots that wanted the review of FF X-Men, whatever that thing's